Hello everybody, my name is Alexander Kazina, and you're watching the second ever Kazina for Kinda Funny Direct, where I talk directly to you about my ambitions to be Kinda Funny's next up-and-comer. In the first Direct, which aired back in February, I largely talked about who I am and why I believe that Kinda Funny's hosts would benefit from having me produce content alongside them later in the year. Now, in the video that you're currently watching, I'm going to be going over 5 projects that I would want to do during my time with the company if I were to win the Up-and-Comer nomination. All 5 of these projects would see release on Kinda Funny Games, and would be easy to complete in the span of a week. To be clear, the idea is not that we would try to do all 5 of these projects all at once. Rather, we would try and figure out logistically which ones make the most sense ahead of my week at the company, and then go from there. I've learned from experience that the Kinda Funny crew's workloads and availabilities can change at the drop of a hat, and in that regard, I want to try and be flexible. Well, without further ado, let's get right into things. Over my lifetime, I produced quite a few video games of my own, and participated in a sizable number of game jams. Both have been immensely fulfilling, and both have motivated me to bring the rest of the Kinda Funny community into the game-making fold. For my first project, I want to put on a global game jam that myself and the rest of Kinda Funny will organize and evaluate. We'll set up the rules and theming of the competition, while fans will spend the week making games that they believe best embody this theming in Media Molecule's dreams. I'm calling this project the first ever Kinda Funny Game Jam Dreams Edition. For my second project, I want to tip my hat to the only pastime that I like more than video games: earning trophies in video games. You love trophies, I love trophies, we all love earning those sweet, sweet PlayStation trophies. And that's why I want to host an in-depth, year-by-year discussion on Sony's achievement system. How did trophies first come about, and how have they changed over time? What were some of the most significant moments in trophy history? How have our lives been impacted by trophies? All of this and much, much more would be on the table. I'm calling this project PlayStation Trophies and Oral History. For my third project, I want to get into the headspace of everyone that currently produces content for Kinda Funny Games and understand what makes them tick. Everyone has a video game that they adore above all others, and I want to interview each host about what they enjoy about their favorite game as they play through its opening levels, in order to gain a more intimate understanding of who they are as a person and what they find most enticing about everyone's favorite digital medium. I'm calling this project Humble Beginnings. For my fourth project, I want to get a touch more serious for a second. As a result of recent events, live video game press conferences are becoming more and more scarce, and studios are beginning to produce entirely digital showcases in far greater numbers to show off their products than ever before. It's a strange new world that we're living in, and I feel like most video game developers would benefit from some guidelines on how to make the most of it. For this reason, I'd like to conduct an extensive interview with the Kinda Funny crew on the thought processes that guided the creation of their digital showcases over the past few years, in order to provide everyone else with the blueprints they need to make their own as successful as possible. I'm calling this project Showcases and Digital Presentations: How to Do Them Right. And finally, for my fifth project, I figured I'd fall back on 2 things about myself that I didn't really talk about in the first Direct, but that I believe to be pretty important all the same. 1. I am a Canadian. And 2. I believe that Canadian-made video games, or at least the fact that they're made in Canada, tend to be overlooked somewhat often. And so, I figured that myself and the rest of the Kinda Funny Games crew would all benefit from having a lengthy, structured discussion about the best and most noteworthy Canadian-made games. One that would delve into the history of some of the country's most renowned development studios, and highlight the ways in which Canadian locations and culture have found their way into the medium. I'm calling this project, Are These the Best Canadian Games, eh? Well, what did you think? I personally am very fond of all of these proposals, and I'm hoping that you are too. Now, I could just end things here, however, I have a promise that I need to keep. You see, in the previous Kazina for Kinda Funny Direct, I mentioned that I was going to be doing other projects in addition to these presentations in order to help further build up momentum for my campaign. And I have something to show. Please, have a look. Have you ever wondered how blue Tim Gettys' eyes used to be? Do you ever ponder what brings Tim back to Disneyland over and over again? Do you lay alone in your bed at night, shivering in the darkness as you try vainly to remember whether Tim beat Cuphead or not? Then come on down and check out Tim Gettypedia. It's the #1 source of semi-factual information on the second best baby blues in San Francisco. The one, the only, Tim Gettys. You can access Tim Gettypedia online right now at tim-gettypedia.fandom.com. I personally worked really hard to make sure that the wiki captured the essence of the Pure One, and I think that you're going to be very pleased with the results. As usual, if you like this video, be sure to share it with your friends and to tweet out your support for me with the hashtag Kazina for Kinda Funny. I'm going to be sharing this video on Twitter and all the other social media platforms that I'm on shortly after its debut, and I would be forever indebted to you if you could help further promote its existence. The voting process for the Kinda Funny Up-and-Comer program is going to be opening up in May, so it's important that we get the word out about me as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.